Okay, this one is my yogurt. I strained it yesterday. I made a big batch. I made like 118 ounces of milk and incubated it and everything. I did keep some of it out. This is probably at least a cup. I don't know. I kept it out because I wanted to see what it would be like to take it a step further and make cream cheese. I did use A2 milk. Only one of my stores has A2 milk in the whole area that I'm aware of. Thankfully, it is next to the store that we go to all the time, so it's just one quick in and out trip, but we don't really have A2 milk in my area, unfortunately. I did use A2 reduced. They tend to be out of the A2 whole milk pretty frequently, so you get what you get. There's still whey in here, and this KitchenAid pan is dirty because I just made biscuits with it, or buns, bread, whatever. It's just gonna collect the whey, so I don't care that it's dirty. This is not how I would do it if you have a batch. This is a fine mesh strainer. It works well. I had cheesecloth. I hate cheesecloth. It's a whole thing. Cheesecloth is incredibly effective for what you need it for, but you have to be smarter than the cheesecloth, I guess, because I'm not. I don't like cheesecloth. So I'm just taking like 3 pieces of paper towel. And again, this is, if you're doing batch, this is not the way to go. You don't need a yogurt strainer. This is a Euro Cuisine, I believe. This is my yogurt strainer. It's quite large, but it still does not hold 118 ounces of incubated milk. But it's useful and it's good. And if you want, this is the thing, you can determine how you want your yogurt. I will absolutely show you a video of how I make yogurt, but you can determine how thick you want it, how thin you want it. For quite a while, I was buying the Better Good in the red container. It was plain Greek yogurt. It has fairly decent ingredients. It's from Walmart. It's a Walmart brand. And it was like $4, I think, for 32 ounces. It was a decent price. And it had fairly decent ingredients in it. They didn't have it for quite a while, like a month and a half. So I was buying Fage, 5%. If you've ever had Fage, it's the gold standard. You can argue with me all you want. You can have any preference for yogurt you want. I don't care. Fage is the gold standard in my opinion, and it is delicious. But it's also almost $6 for 32 ounces. That's why I was buying the Better Goods. But when you go from Better Goods and then the next day you eat Fage, they're not the same. They're not anywhere near the same. Anyway, I wanted a way to make it healthily. Is that a word? Healthily? Anyways, I wanted a way to make it healthy with less ingredients, know what was in it. We don't have A2 products really at our store except for one. We have the A2 milk. But you're not going to find A2 yogurt. You're not going to find anything like that. So I decided I was going to do an experiment and just try it with A2 milk. I can use regular milk. You can use regular milk. It's fine. I don't drink milk. The only form of milk that I use is heavy cream in my coffee, and I was eating Fage, which is not made with A2 milk. It's just regular cow's milk. So if you're going to make a big batch, use a Euro strainer or a yogurt strainer if you have one. If not, if you have one of these mesh strainers that's like bigger, they do make them bigger, but I don't have a bigger one. Then these work excellent. They're quick. If you put the paper towel in it, it does drain the liquid out pretty well. This still has whey in it. That's why I'm putting it back in here. I do need to clean this off though. This is definitely some skill involved because this thing doesn't always stay in place. This is pretty thick. This is actually how I like to eat my yogurt, really thick, and a slow melting version of soft serve vanilla ice cream. That's how I like mine, but it sticks to your spoon. Like if you put it on your spoon and you put your spoon upside down, you're not going to lose all your yogurt. That's what I like. That's why I like Fage. It's expensive, and honestly, when you make it yourself and you buy the A2 milk, you're really not saving like tremendous amount of money every week, and you are putting effort into it. It's a process. Making yogurt is a process. You have to bring it up to temperature, then you have to lower the temperature, then you have to add your starter yogurt, then you have to incubate it for 8 hours, then you gotta strain it. Actually, you gotta incubate it, then you gotta cool it, because otherwise it separates when you mix it or when you put it in your strainer. You gotta let it harden a little bit in the fridge for several hours. Then you need to strain it. You can eat it as is if you want. If you like it thicker or if you like it more runny, you can absolutely leave it like that. I don't like it like that. I like it to drain really well to where there's not too much liquid left or too much whey. But if you take the majority of the whey out, you're gonna have cream cheese, which is what I'm trying to do here. So bear with me. I'm gonna let this strain. It's probably gonna take 15 minutes or so. It's much faster this way. I could put it in my Euro cuisine, but I'm not gonna waste the time washing that right now, just simply for this little bit that I have here. But yogurt strainer is great if you're making big batches and you're doing it frequently. And I just use my Magic Chef Instant Pot. I don't know. It's a newfound thing. I think for me, it's a newfound thing because I was really enjoying making bread during the vid era. I don't want to bring that word up because it causes anxiety to some people. But like everybody else, I was in the bread era. And then I got to the point where I didn't eat it anymore. And I wasn't making it. And this is like my second little love. Like, I'm enjoying the art of making homemade yogurt, and it really is kind of it's not really an art, but you do have to kind of make sure you pay attention to it, because if you get the temperature too high, or if you put the starter yogurt in and it's too hot, then it will kill the bacteria in the yogurt. It's a process. It's not quite as wonderfully difficult, in my opinion, as baking, but I don't know. It's an effort. It's a 24 plus hour effort. A lot of it is set it and forget it, but it's a process. Is it worth it? I think it is, just because I know exactly what's in it, which is like nothing. And although I do think Fage is a very good brand and they don't have a whole lot of extra crap in it. I mean, so if I have to buy store-bought, I will, but as long as I can make it and have fun with it, then I'm just going to continue to make my own, I guess. Just for quick reference, there's really not that much liquid in it because it's been straining and there's no whey. I do think that there was some whey, but I think that it kind of got trapped in the paper towel. But anyway, I want it to be just a little bit drier, because this is not going to just be exactly like store-bought cream cheese. Like Philadelphia is kind of like a block. So I'm putting a little bit of pressure. It's just a little thing of butter. It's not that heavy. I mean, the glass is kind of heavy, I guess, but it's really not that heavy. I'm going to try to leave it for a few more minutes, see if I get any more liquid out. It's not going to be exactly like Philadelphia cream cheese or Great Value cream cheese, which is usually what I do buy. I like the Philadelphia cream cheese mostly because it does have slightly less carbs than the Great Value brand, but I don't eat it every day, so I'm not super concerned about it. But if you want a really healthy cream cheese, I guess this is absolutely the way to go, because it is literally nothing except for A2 milk that's been incubated, and it's got a little bit of Fage starter in it, like 3 tablespoons, I think, because I made a double batch. So I have like 3 tablespoons of Fage, 5% Greek plain yogurt with the A2 milk, which is reduced fat, and that's it. So, and then also, once you have your yogurt started, you can continue to use your homemade yogurt as your next starter. So I'm not always going to be using the Fage starter, but you use whatever you want. You can use any brand you want to make the starter, but I use Fage. It's honestly, it's holding a shape even in the paper towel. And a really good indicator is when you remove the paper towel, it's not like completely stuck to the paper towel. There's really nothing coming out of it. It has the imprint of the texture of the paper towel embedded in it, but it's not sticking to the paper towel. And if you've ever made yogurt before, if you use a cheesecloth, if it's not completely drained the way you want it to be, or it's not drained as much as like Fage, you'll have to like scrape it off the cheesecloth, which is another reason why I can't stand cheesecloth. You do have to kind of scrape it a little bit with a rubber spatula or something out of the Euro strainer. But if it's dried out enough, it doesn't stick nearly like it does when you first put it in. You lose a lot of density, like half. That's why I doubled it, because I eat yogurt every day for lunch, usually for lunch, like 3/4 cup or to a cup, something like that. And in order for me to get through the week, I have to basically double it in order to get enough yogurt out of it, because it shrinks so much, especially when you remove so much whey. If you like it thinner, then absolutely you won't have to strain it so long, and not only that, you'll have more product left. But the more liquid whey that you get out of it, the smaller it becomes. It's kind of like a burger. When you make a burger and it's like huge in the pan and then it like shrinks to half its size, that's how the yogurt is. Again, is it easier and more convenient to just buy it at the store? Probably. But I don't know, I get some kind of satisfaction out of making it myself. Even though I think that the Fage and the Better Good were slightly better ingredient than other brands, some other brands at the store. I don't know. It's like my new found bread making, except I can't make bread. I can, but I'm not. So, I don't know. I'm going to add seasonings to this. I'm not just going to eat it as is. Otherwise, it's just like really thick yogurt, honestly. I'm going to add salt, and I think I'm going to add some other seasonings. And I'm going to mix it up, and I'm going to see how it tastes. Okay. It's jiggly. It's kept the imprint of the paper towel that I had it wrapped in, or it would be cheesecloth if you use cheesecloth. What I'm going to do, because I don't want to screw it up, I don't really think I can screw it up, but if for some reason I don't care for it, I'm going to take some of it out and season it. That way, if I don't really like it, I can add some whey back into it and kind of make it a thicker yogurt again. I don't know. That's how I'm going about it. There's really like a million different ways that I could do this. I could make it sweet. I could make it savory. I'm going to use pretty much the same ingredients that I used when I made the, see, it's like, it sticks to the spoon. That's actually, this is how I like my yogurt, personally. So I will absolutely add a little bit more whey into it. To be honest, I don't even know that I'm going to need any whey. I kind of like it at this texture. But in order to get it to that cream cheese stage, I need to add some flavor. Well, I don't have to add flavor. I mean, Philadelphia is unflavored if you buy it that way. I'm going to sprinkle in some garlic powder. I don't know how much. I'm just measuring with my heart. Parsley flakes, just because they're out. I mean, you can use anything you want. If you have everything but this bagel seasoning, you use that. I don't know that I have any of that stuff. I don't know that I've ever even had it. Garlic powder and a few sprigs of dried rosemary, I guess. Rosemary's pretty pungent, in my opinion. I don't know. I like it, but a little bit goes a long way. And I'm going to put a generous amount of salt. I'm not going to go too crazy. It's probably crazy for most people, I know. I'm not going to go too crazy with the salt because I can't take it out. I can add more yogurt to it, I guess. Yeah, this is absolutely not the same. This is like softened cream cheese, I guess. It's not like the cream cheese that you take right out of the fridge and it's like a hard block. That's really good. It's really good. It doesn't taste exactly like Philadelphia. I didn't expect it to, but it's really good. I have 1 minute left on my timer for my bread, but I do think I'm going to have to cook it longer anyway. I'm going to try this with a piece of celery, and I'm going to also try it. Actually, I'm not going to get the celery out right now because it's too much effort. I have some matchstick carrots in there. I'll get some of them out. Just for reference, this is the yogurt that I made yesterday. It's not nearly as thick, and there is whey in it. You can kind of see it I'm trying not to spill it, but it's kind of like pulled against the side over here. But it's like a thick and velvety. It's like one step before cream cheese. So you can make it as thick or as thin as you want. It's your yogurt. Eat it however you like. I like it thick. Cream cheese is good. I'm just gonna dip some on my carrot. This is good. Honestly, I've outdone myself. Like, what can I say? Pat on my own back. This is clearly not going to be something that you'll have on hand unless you have already made yogurt. Because that's how you get to this stage. So is it convenient to have store-bought? Absolutely, yes. But there's just something really satisfying about making things. And like I said before, I enjoy cooking. I would say at least 50% of the things that I've made have come out and tasting like crap. I mean, honestly. But I like the experiment of cooking. I forgot to turn my light on, sorry. I just don't really do it anymore because of the way I eat. I mean, I have options, but it's just like, when you eat the same thing over and over again, there's not much to do. And I don't know. This is giving me some kind of like thrill out of cooking something and knowing that it's delicious and I like it and it tastes very similar to Fage, and Fage is expensive, and yes, so is making it myself. And having a Greek yogurt strainer might not be free unless somebody gives you one, but it's like, if I'm going to continue to do it in the future and I know what's in it and I like to do it, then it's worth my effort. It's not worth everybody's effort, and that's fine, because I've questioned myself. If it costs just as much to buy the milk, why am I spending 24 hours making it myself? Like, it seems absolutely stupid. Am I saving any money? Maybe $1 or $2 a week. I don't know. Not really. But I don't know. I like it. It gives me something to do when I don't have anything else to do at the moment. Usually early in the morning. And it's good. And you can season it absolutely any way you want. You could put dill in there. You could put fresh garlic. Fresh garlic would be delightful. I don't have any fresh garlic. You could do everything. Anything. Make it sweet. Make it savory. It's delicious. Make it into a cheese ball. Although I will say, making it into a cheese ball would be a little bit difficult because it is a lot thinner than the block. But maybe if you chilled it really good first. I don't know. You can still make cheese ball flavored cream cheese, but you're probably going to need to like mix it together and just put it in like a serving tray rather than wrap it like a ball. And to me, honestly, I don't do the cheese ball part because it's too much effort. It tastes exactly the same no matter how I shape it. So I don't do that. And if you're going to shape it, you might not get too lucky, but here we are. I love it. I will absolutely show you how next week if I don't forget. I meant to do it this week and I started it and then I didn't record. But I am making yogurt again next week because I eat it every day. So I will come back next week and hopefully show you how to make it.